our class. They have been here from the very beginning. So this is also their 5th time here with us. So I will hand it off to Parker and let him introduce his team.
Where's the clicker at? All right, y'all ready?
Ready.
Good evening, everybody. I am Parker Guidry, serving as a project manager for our group.
My name is Dina. I'm a computer science, software engineering senior.
My name's Kendrick. I'm a senior in computer science, software engineering.
My name is Mujtaba Malik. I'm a junior in computer science, software engineering.
I'm Hayes Shasa. I'm a senior in software engineering with a minor in digital media.
And I'm Marco Garcia. I'm a senior in computer science.
Thank you, Marco. And we've had the wonderful opportunity of working alongside Our Lady of the Lake this semester on a project we like to call Orchester. So, for those who don't know much about Our Lady of the Lake, they're part of the Franciscan Missionaries of Our Lady Health System, a nonprofit health system serving more than half of Louisiana's population and much of Mississippi. Going back to the hospital itself, it's one of the larger ones in the state of Louisiana with over 900 active beds. It was actually founded in 1923, being over 100 years old, growing right alongside the city. They also invest heavily into the community through reduced cost care and community programs. As a part of the FMOL health system, they have a team of 18,000 team members, but let's meet one of them, Nurse Jenny. So Nurse Jenny's having her typical night shift, and it's pretty slow in the hospital. So she's trying to book a vacation with her girlies to Turks and Caicos, but she's unaware of her PTO hours. So she's tried looking around to try and find out where she can get this information, but she can't quite seem to figure out where to look. So, Henry, can you tell me where Nurse Jenny might be able to look for this?
No clue.
Nurse Jenny also does not know. So she has the idea maybe she should go to HR to try and figure out if they have the answers for this. Unfortunately, Maggie's out of the office until Monday because she is on vacation. So maybe Nurse Jenny should go to someone else to ask for this information. Ethan is also out of the office because it's 3 in the morning. Come on, guys, what are we doing? But moving forward, while she's doing this, a patient walks in with a snake bite. All this patient has said that is he was fishing down the bayou and a snake ran up on him and bit him, and he was unable to identify the snake because it was completely dark. He's panicking and in a lot of pain, and so is Nurse Jenny because she was trying to book a vacation to Turks and Caicos 2 minutes ago. So she's trying to figure out where to look to try and figure out the best procedure to go forward with treating the snake bite, but she's running around frantically and can't quite figure out where to look for this information. Ibrahim, can you potentially tell me where Nurse Jenny might look for this information?
I got no idea.
Nurse Jenny also has no idea as well. So, moving forward, what I'm trying to put down here is that more than often, there's a lot of time wasted on searching for hard-to-find basic information. Night shift lacks real-time support, and more than often, sometimes unclear who to contact or what ticket to fill out if needing a question. But to get a little bit more into our objectives, I'm gonna pass it on to Dina.
All right, thank you, Parker. So let's talk about the objectives. To better accommodate Nurse Jenny, we have to make our project, first of all, accessible. Second, reliable, and obviously, since it's a hospital environment, we have to make it secure. So for accessibility, we have integrated with Microsoft Teams, as well as reliability, we want to keep it around the clock, and security, we have two-step authentication, where one of them we do actual authentications and a role verifications. So let's take you to look at under the hood of what make all of these possible. So first of all, we got Python. Python is where our main backend logic really is, and for Azure Cosmos DB is where I will keep our agent persistent and remember what we're talking about at the later chat. And at the same time, Azure AI Foundry is for security, so that we want to make sure that our AI, our data and everything is not being trained on, and Redis is to make sure that our server is as fast as it can be and reliable as it can possible. So for more information about our main architectures, here come Malik.
Thank you, Dina. So now on to the lead of our orchestra, a piece of technology that was really able to bring this project to life. We implemented a Model Context Protocol server, MCP for short. A bit about that, it was created by Anthropic, the same company that brought Claude. and it was released earlier this year in July. So a bit about it, the best way to think about it is as a toolbox, where each tool in this toolbox comes from a different application or service. And essentially, AI decides which of these tools to use for a given task. A few unique properties about this is that it's very easy to add new tools to it, which makes our application very scalable to different enterprises or chatbots. So for example, Nurse Jenny would provide a query, and the MCP server would get a list of all of its available tools. It would select the right tool for the job, and then run it, and then it would send out a response to Nurse Jenny. To get a bit more into the technical side of things, I'm going to pass it over to Hayes.
All right. So now we've given you a general overview. I ask that you bear with me for a moment while we get into the weeds and show you how this works. So we start on the right here with Microsoft Teams. This is our interface. This is where the user can give their question, and we'll take their user credentials. We then send this to our backend when we do our first step of verification, and we check against the list of available tools to see which tools they have access to. We then send this list of candidate tools to our MCP host, or the brains of our operation, powered by GBD5 Mini, to then take in the user's question, the list of available tools, and their second level of authentication to make a decision to find the tool that best applies to their question. We then call this tool, or in this case, the policy bot, and that goes off and gets the policy that they're looking for. It then returns this policy to our planner where we make a final decision. Either we go back and call another tool to get more context and give a better answer. We ask the user a clarifying question to gain more of an idea of what they're looking for and ask for a better question. And then we can return a natural language response to the user with the tool result, and it's prepared for the next query from the user. To show you what this looks like in practice, I'll hand the mic to Marco.
Thank you, Hayes. And so one of the things is I want us to reimagine Nurse Jenny's scenario again. Instead of being and seeing all her apps all over again. It's not playing. Henry, could you give us some help with clicking the video? Is it animation? Okay, so I want us to reimagine her scenario. So instead of having all those apps open that she had, she can just stay here in Teams. If she wants to check her PTO, instead of opening a new tab, going to UKG, logging in and finding her PTO, she can just ask our bot here in Teams. And so one of the things that we wanted to keep in mind is, let's say she wanted to invite her coworker Sam to a vacation in Turks and Caicos. We don't want Jenny to be able to check Sam's PTO, right? There's this layer of security that's important not only in the corporate setting, but especially in the healthcare setting. And so that's where our role verification and authentication comes in. As you can see, the bot doesn't let her check Sam's. Only her manager and Sam should be able to check her PTO. Even if we try to prod at the bot, we can see that it won't let her. And so that is built in through Microsoft's AD groups and through the Azure directory. And so now let's think, the guy is coming in with the snake bite. She needs to get an answer now. She can open up another tab, maybe check SharePoint, Docs, or maybe even a company tool. But it doesn't really matter. She can be here in Teams asking from the same window that she had. And as we will see in a second, the response will come through, and a portion of it will be blurred out for privacy reasons. But what I want to get across is that this isn't the same AI that you and I have in our pocket. This is pulling from Our Lady of the Lake's internal resources, providing reliable information, and being able to answer the user's question all in one place. So for a little bit more on our bot's impact in the healthcare setting, I want to pass it off to Kendrick.
Thank you, Marco. So as you can see, Nurse Jenny used MCP, and she was able to do two things. She was able to find her PTO while also helping out with the snake bite situation. Now, in this situation, she was able to do two things because of the MCP. It was going to be effective and accessible, right? So since Lady of the Lake is healthcare, healthcare has two most important things when you use technology. It has to be right and it has to be safe. With MCPs, we have both of those things. Now, like any project, we didn't have the opportunity to flesh it out to its full potential, but if we did have more time and resources, we would have did three main things. The first thing is we would have added an interface where you could create toolbots without knowing how to code. The second thing is knowing how to get the resource, but the answer from your prompt, but not only be given an answer, but also see how you can apply it in your current situation. And the third thing would be staying up to date with MCPs. So we have the toolbox. It's just a matter of making sure that we stay up to date with the tools and get the latest tools. And to close us off, I will give it to our project manager, Parker Guidry.
Thank you, Kendrick. Before we wrap up here, I just want to have a special thanks for everyone that made this project possible throughout this semester. To start off with Dr. Gwali for putting this class together, our TAs as well, Kyle, Ibrahim, for addressing every question that we've possibly had throughout this semester, and our team at Our Lady of the Lake, Jason over there. Thank you very much. But last but not least, thank you to Henry and Daniel as well for putting this incredible evening together in Tiger Stadium. Thank you so much. That's all we got for y'all.